They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of this.
And like, you can make fun of literally everything Hold the Truth Hostage does. There's no end to the laughs that we can get out of Hold the Truth Hostage. But do I think he's the devil? Yes. You know what I mean? I definitely don't think he's not the devil.
Hold the truth hostage. So what? So he's going to hell. How long will it before Hold the Truth says hands up, don't shoot? Just saying.
I do honestly think.
Man. Is this you?
Yeah, this is the real me.
Okay, good, man. How you doing?
Hey, good. Yeah, no, I was to see the black pill guys as that guy Hold the Truth. I call him, and please don't get offended by this. This is my favorite line from Hold the House Negro, because he's a house Negro on that panel. And I don't care if anyone gets offended, that's what he is. Yeah, no, I've got a lot of strong words to say about these guys, and I was really happy that you invited me on to chat.
High value black men. There just isn't a lot.
I grew up a white guy growing up in New Zealand, just as it is. You know, the very first thing people will say when they see me jump into this, onto this stream or whatever, they'll be like, oh, you know, he's alt-right or some sort of underlying racial acrimony, which couldn't be further from the case. And I'm a very liberal guy, very accepting. I've moved further and further away from my sympathy towards 90% of this guy's black manosphere. And that was a completely different kettle of fish as well, because every video, like I came into contact with Kevin Samuels, right? I found his channel, and every video he's attacking black women. He sometimes frames it as just quote women, but he always frames it as black women. That's also another big thing. I call them house Negroes. All the little guys that simp for him. All of these buck dancing guys that constantly spam at Kevin Samuels in the title, constantly trying to suck up to Kevin Samuels. They're all denigrating black women. If you refer to them as house Negroes, they're like, oh, he's being racist, which of course I'm not. If you refer to them as house Negroes, they're like, oh, he's being racist, which of course I'm not. It's like some of my favorite icons from history.
Yeah, but you have to, I mean, this is the thing. It sounds a certain way. It does. Like,
yeah, it does sound a certain way.
It sounds a certain way. I mean, I feel you, but it sounds a certain way. It really do.
Totally. Look, I'm sorry. That's just how I looked at these guys. These guys that are just totally dusty. I refer to them as house Negroes. They're like, oh, he's being racist, which of course I'm not. That guy Hold the Truth. I call him, and please don't get offended by this. This is my favorite line from Hold the House Negro, because he's a house Negro on that panel. And I don't care if anyone gets offended, that's what he is.
A black man.
There it is, man. There it is, right off the fucking top, the fucking black card. How long will it before Hold the Truth says hands up, don't shoot? Just saying.
I do honestly think.
Man.
Pill ill, y'all niggas better listen. I'm black 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 pill, I'm ill with this will. 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 I'm black pill, I'm ill with this will.
It's so important, guys. So important. By the way, women are the majority of voters in the United States.
Female content creators help the manosphere be balanced and prevent the formation of cults. She has agreed to an alliance with me and other balanced content creators to call out the bullshit and hypocrisies. I look forward to see the cat.
How long will it before Hold the Truth says hands up, don't shoot? Just saying.
I do honestly think.
Man.
Hey everybody, what's up, man? It's Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. We would hold the truth hostage. You know what I mean? This video isn't really about much. It's really just it's a message, man. It's a message to, you know, all the gray pillars out there, man. All the gray pillars. You know what I mean? I'm one of a few calling it out, man. You know, some people are, it is what it is. But basically, man, we got people out here, man. We got people out here calling you, if you a black pillar, you a doomer. You know what I'm saying? We got people out there, we got gray pillars out there telling us, you're a doomer. Shout out to Kwame Brown. You're a doomer because you didn't go along to get along. It's funny how, if you look at the trials, it's funny how you look at the black pill community, how when people are a part of it, you know what I'm saying, everything you're saying is correct, it's right. But once they get all emotional and they just can't be on the path of just being truthful and honest, then out of nowhere, we're all doomers. You know what I'm saying? We got people on the outside calling us doomers when we clearly kicked out a lot of guys and don't even associate with guys that are about doomerism, As a black pill, man, it ain't about emotional investment and whining and crying and all that crap. The black pill is very simple. You know what I'm saying? It's absolute logic and awareness of it. You know what I mean? And they're gonna push narratives to say, oh, you guys are doomers. They're gonna push that narrative and say, oh, these black pillars are doomers because I no longer feel or want to be a part of them, so we got people calling us doomers, man. Here's the thing, man. Here's what's funny about all this, and I've said this, it's almost 2 years from now since I made that video, Black Pill Hunting, it's too funny, man. You know what I'm saying? We're, how I said, man, they're coming after us. We're the content now. We're the fall guys, we're the bad apples, we're the bad guys because, they're that desperate. They're that desperate for people to go along with their scams that are built on traditions that have expired since, if you're still leaning on traditional values of the 1950s and the year 2020, you don't have any rights to tell anybody anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't got any rights to tell anybody anything because you're so mentally lost that you're hanging on to traditional values of a year that have since gone to pass. The laws are different. Everything's changed and you're still referencing manhood. You're still referencing tradition and all these things from the 1950s when the laws no longer allow it. It's funny how you're a doomer when you refuse to take an unillogical perspective on life. You're a doomer because you don't want to read the contract. You know what I'm saying? You're a doomer because you want to read the contract and you actually want to see what you're going to put yourself into legally. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how this narrative is going around, because what's happened is with the red pill perspective going mainstream, a lot of these guys are, domestically, mentally lost. You know what I'm saying? Now everywhere you go, online, you hear about soy and, you hear soy and, men being unemasculine. You hear, what's that other BS? I made a video on it, testosterone being low. You hear all this bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how they want your testosterone to be as high as a man in the 1950s when your life is far more convenient than the man of the 1950s. You have far less physical activities you need to do around the day, to live. You know what I'm saying? There's literally robots that will that will vacuum your home for you. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how we're the doomers, man. You're a doomer because you don't want to close your life. You don't want to close your eyes in life and just follow the emotional brick road. You know what I'm saying? Got my eyes closed, close your eyes, close your ears. In fact, turn off your mind and just follow everything. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, man, because they'll try to push this narrative. Here's the thing. If a man's happily married, we're happy for him. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, Nobody here wants somebody's life to be miserable. No, nobody. There's nobody in the, if you're a black pillar and not a gray pillar, you know what I'm saying? You're not a lesser pillar type of person. There's no man that wants another man to suffer. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You just tell them, you're telling them why you, as an individual, don't want to get involved, You don't want to lead with your emotions. You want to lead with your legal clarity on a situation and the matters at hand. You want to live your life and live based on the legal ramifications and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to gamble. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how these people are trying to shame guys like us because you don't want to gamble. You don't want to gamble on a situation that would lead to you bringing a child into this world. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to gamble. It's funny how you're a doomer because you're saying, you know what? If I was to start a family, if I was to want to have a child, I'd want there to be absolute stability from a legal standpoint. And I wouldn't want that child's future to be in the hands of emotion rather than logic. This shit is funny, man. So, you got them calling us doomers, man. You know what I mean? They're calling you a doomer because you don't want to head towards your doom, but you don't want to head towards your doom and cover that doom and potential downfall with emotional investment. You know what I mean? It's funny that, we've passed the year 2010s. I mean, you look at the year 2010s, that's when the whole manosphere thing blew up and got large and got very big. It spread MGTOW, red pill, MRA, men's rights activist, black pill, everything in the 2010s, it exploded. But now you got a whole sector of men. You got a whole sector of gray pillars, guys that couldn't accept. You got a whole section of gray pillars, guys that were a part of the black pill community, but couldn't basically remain black pilled or stay on the course when it comes to accepting what's going on in life and understanding where the laws play and making moves based on logistics rather than emotion. So now all of a sudden we're the doom and gloom because they want guys to basically follow this false sense of tradition. You know what I'm saying? The 90s tradition doesn't even exist anymore. The traditional society you lived in the 90s no longer exists. The taboos of the 90s, the unspoken rules of the 90s are gone. So you gotta understand, if the laws and rules of the 90s, both socially and legally, are completely changed, the traditional family of the 90s is gone. So how can you be leaning on the traditions of the 1950s? So, in a world where the 90s traditions are gone, let's go even further, even the 2000s, the traditional family of the 2000s is gone. You're still leaning on the 1950s. You know what I'm saying? What is the 1950s? That's like over 60 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Over 60 years ago. They want you to lean and live your life based on stuff from over 60 years ago. They want you to seek all these traditional roles and stupidity that no longer legally exist. It's no more than they want you to play a role in a movie. All right, hey, I'm 1950s man. You see, 1950s man. Wonder where the paper boy's at with the paper. Where's the milkman? Where's the milkman? You know what I mean? It's insanity, man. You know, and what they're hating, their anger towards this, and I've said this, man. There'll be more gray pillars than black pillars. There's always been more gray pillars than black pillars. I mean, every day a red pillar is exposed to the black pill, he becomes gray. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't accept living based on logistics, facts, and the law. They have to live based on emotion. They have to hope. There must be hope. There must be hope that one day everything will change. There must, on a Disney movie, there must be hope that we can live on a dream. There must be hope that the traditions that we loved will return. You know what I'm saying? Shit is funny, man. You know? And to me, you're going to see a lot more of this happen. You know, you're going to see a lot of them because they're desperate. There's a lot of men right now that are desperate to be able to manipulate another man, make some money off of him based on mentally keeping him domesticated. You know what I'm saying? It's all about domestics. And with what's happening now with you got the black pill expanding, you got the side effects of the passport bros, which the passport bros, men traveling and openly telling other men, yeah, man, get your passport, adventure the world. You know what I'm saying? Find your significant other, your spouse overseas. They're telling men to open their horizons and travel. Of course, there'll be bad actors. There's always that. There's nothing new about that. You got some people making channels, passport bros exposed. And you're like, okay, there'll be some negative people. There's negative people here domestically. So there's not going to be anything negative of people with their intent going overseas. The solution is still the solution. You know what I'm saying? If somebody overdoses on the cure, let's say somebody got the cure for cancer and they overdosed on the cure for cancer. They took too much. So that means the cure for cancer is bad. That's how stupid these people are. So to me, man, you're going to have it. You're going to have it pushing further and further because the narrative they're selling domestically, it's gone on deaf ears. They're becoming invisible. You can't tell men about love and relationships when this man is ghosting women and ghosting long-term relationships or even potential of it daily. You know what I'm saying? Daily he's ghosting people. So what are you going to do? What they're angry about and why they want to keep considering us black pillars as doomers is because they're angry that you're breaking up their potential to profit on domestication. You know what I'm saying? They're really upset that they can't profit from domestication anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're upset. They're angry that, oh man, I can't make money off of telling men there's someone special for you. Love conquers all. You know what I'm saying? Love conquers all. You haven't met the right one, and you gotta be more masculine. You gotta be an alpha male to get a woman to submit to you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do all this stuff because the domestication process of a scam it's about the man just working and constantly grinding. So you gotta work. Think about the narrative they're selling you. So you gotta work hard to make money, right? You gotta work hard to make money, be successful. Then you gotta work hard to make sure that your spouse, the woman you're with, is submissive and supportive. You gotta work hard. So when does a man have an off day? You know what I mean? When does a man have an off day? You want him to work for his career, You want him to work for the woman in his life on how she behaves and how she carries herself. When do men get a day off? When do men do not have to work? Oh, I know. It's when they go overseas. When they go overseas, they travel, and they understand that when it comes to careers and employment, yeah, a man should be working for what he's trying to obtain. But when it comes to the behavior of his spouse and what he has to face, he shouldn't be working for that. Dude, you shouldn't be working. And you got this in the manosphere. You got a big scam. I don't gotta say people's names. You've heard them already where they say, well, you got to be able to train your girl. You got to be able to train the woman you're with. You got to be able to, train her. You hear this from certain parts of the manosphere. You know what I'm saying? They're telling you got to train her. You got to do this. You got to know you don't, man. You a man, that's an adult woman. You don't train nothing. You're supposed to meet a woman that meets your standards and what you want in life, and you move on. You're not supposed to be training a woman how to be submissive and behave around men. That's what her father and her parents were supposed to teach her, not you. But that's the scam, man. That's the scam. You're a doomer. You're a doomer if you say, I ain't gonna do none of this BS. I'm not gonna be involved in this BS and this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's funny that we're the doomers, man. If you don't go along, and these are the same men that will be preaching, you gotta be an individual, you gotta be your own man. You know what I'm saying? They'll say you gotta be your own man, you gotta be an individual. These are the same hypocrites saying that while at the same time telling you you're not a man because you want to be an individual and you don't want to follow the game plans that everyone else is following. The hypocrisy is insane, man. You know what I mean? And they think that you're so desperate for a female companion in your life that your mind won't be able to process when they're being hypocrites. They're being hypocrites, man. A lot of hypocrites in this space, and especially in the gray pill sector. You know what I mean? Gray pillars, the lesser pillar guys, you hear all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Alpha male this, alpha male that, your turn, her turn, all that BS, man. But once you say, you know what, I'm black pilled, man, I'm not here to play these games that run on emotion and are fueled by emotion and emotional decisions and choices. I'm just gonna move logically on absolute logic. Everything I do has to do with logic. And from what the government's telling me, from what social media's telling me, from what everything's telling me legally, it ain't logically sound for me to invest when it comes to passing on my seed and my DNA domestically. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna call you a doomer when you can literally pull up the facts. And here's the thing about the facts about what's going on. It's not hard. Every day the facts are brought up. Every day they're everywhere. Everywhere there's a new case of false accusation. New case of the government openly basically hanging men up to dry with consent. There's so many ways you can prove everything logistically. You know what I mean? But you're the doomer. You're the doomer because you don't wanna follow your emotions and be very emotional about your decisions. You want to be, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you be logical? How dare you have reasoning when you make your decisions on your life, You know what I mean? I had to make this video, man. You know what I'm saying? Message to the gray pillars, man. Because they couldn't stay black pilled, man. They couldn't live on this path of just logistics, being logical, being mathematical on your decisions. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to how you invest on the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? They wanna say, man, we're doomers. Dude, there ain't nothing doom about knowing the solution and knowing what's going on. You know, I wonder if they'll say that a mathematician is a doomer. Wonder if a mathematician is a doomer for saying, you know what, 5 times 5 is 25. Oh my, 5 times 5 is 25. You're a doomer. How can you be so certain that 5 times 5 is 25? You're nothing more than a doomer. You know what I'm saying? You're doing math without emotion, love. You know, how can you do math without love and emotion? How can you be so certain that 5 times 5 equals 25? That's what the black pill is, man. The black pill is math. It's mathematical and all about logics. There's no emotion in seeking out, understanding what's going on. I don't need emotion to read the law. You know what I'm saying? What emotion do I need to have to read the law on alimony? What emotion do I need to have to read the law on child support? What emotions do I need to read when I'm reading the law on domestic abuse? What emotions do I need when accepting what the government and society's presenting? You don't need emotion. You don't need emotion to just accept and see and understand what's happening logically. But hey, man, you're a doomer. You're a doomer if you think this way. Remember that. You're a doomer if you just think things mathematically and logically. You know what I'm saying? And you're a doomer if you don't accept closeted activity. You don't accept closeted activity, you're a doomer. You know what I'm saying? This shit is funny, man. It is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? It is funny that we're the black pillars like us. We're the doomers when we're not spending our energy telling other men to show themselves on what is it? Show themselves, show themselves online. You know what I mean? Show yourself. We're doomers for not telling other grown men who we don't know, hey, show yourself. I want to see you. I want to be able to rate your face. This shit is weird, man. This shit is, it's just, they're losing so much. The black pill has so much of the high ground. So much of the high ground the black pill has. You know what I'm saying? In all honesty, the black pillars have such a high ground when it comes to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a matter of you're standing on freaking Mount Everest. You're standing on Mount Everest. That's the high ground. You're at the very top. And these idiots haven't even climbed. Some of them are climbing. But, most of them you're looking down like, you got such a high ground. You're looking down. You know what I mean? Mentally. They're not even on your level. They're not capable of processing the logistics you're able to. You know what I mean? But it's to be accepted, man. You're going to see a lot of emotional men, overly emotional, and men that are very closeted too. You know what I'm saying? They just can't come out and be proud of what they truly are. They're going to be really upset at other men, such as men that are taking a black pill. Men that are basically saying, the system is what it is. It is what it is, man. I have a saying, it is what it is, not what it should be. And you can't change it. So you accept it and you move on. You move accordingly. But in the eyes of these guys living their lives on emotion and closeted intentions too, closeted intent, you know what I'm saying? You're the doomer. You're the doomer for just being logical. And the thing is this, 23, we're about to hit 2023. I'm going to drop that video soon, the Black Pill Prophecy. I'll drop it soon. But, these people, man, it's just too easy. They don't get it. Men are not going back. Men are going backwards, man. They're going forward. You could think Conan 19. Conan 19 woke up a lot of men. Woke them up to their manhood, woke them up to understand that, Traditions and the law, the system doesn't want you. System doesn't care about you. So a lot of men have woken up and they're not going back. They mentally aren't going back. You know what I'm saying? It's done. You know, a lot of these men aren't going back, and a lot of guys that are upset, they're upset they didn't capitalize on men believing in a delusion, the domestic delusions. They're so upset they didn't get to grift, they didn't get to capitalize on it. Oh man, if only they started a show, simp hunting. You know what I'm saying? If they would have started a simp hunter show over 3 years ago, they would have made so much money. You know what I'm saying? They're so desperate, man. Everything around them is corroding. It's being destroyed. Because, you know, what's happening is men are not settling for emotional investment. They're not. And the thing is, as things move on, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a lot hard. It will be damn near impossible. You know what I'm saying? Everything's breaking. What used to be taboo. Think about it. You got to think about this passport bros thing. You know, it used to be taboo that you would have to have a long-term, long-distance relationship for it to be successful and they had to be overseas. Now, that's becoming the most viable choice. Going overseas, long distance. That's how fucked up things are, you know? So, to me, man, they think we could get these guys back on the plantation. You know, we could get them back on the plantation. You know, we got women running channels where, what's that? Just Pearly went to school, wife school. She didn't go to the gym to lose some weight for her man and be healthy and look her best, be her best. Nope, she could just go to a wife school. Here's how to be a wife and, you know, an obese wife. You know what I'm saying? The cat is out of the bag, man. Men are evolving. Mentally, men have returned. The worst thing that happened with Conan 19, the Destroyer, was that men woke up. You know, men woke up, man. Men woke up and they're no longer seeking domestic investment. They saw what happened. You know what I'm saying? They woke up to, man, if I could have grew my own food, I would have been all right. But they saw the government shut down their jobs for something that kills people less than 0.5. They saw it. They saw it all, man. They saw a government attack them for wanting to be family men, destroy the family. And they saw that the government's also willing to destroy and lie about their health. And you think these men want to invest here domestically? You insane? You know what I'm saying? Are you insane? But we all know that answer. We know you're insane. You're dreaming of a delusion. You have all these values from the 1940s, 1950s that no longer have any value here domestically. You know what I'm saying? The laws aren't the same. The technology isn't the same. Everything's changed from the 1950s. I mean, everything has changed from the year 2000. 20 years, 21 years ago, everything's changed. And you want people to believe something from over 50 years ago. Traditional male and, you know what I'm saying? All this high testosterone bullshit, man. It's over, man. It is over. Welcome to the overage. It's over. It's over for men believing in delusion. It's over for men placating based on traditions that have long passed. It's over for men to believe that domestically is their best option to start a family. It's over. We're in the overage, man. It's over. You know what I'm saying? All them scams and illusions you're selling, it's over. You know? And the thing is, you're gonna keep making content about the black pill. You're gonna keep covering black pillars because guess what? You have to demonize the black pillars. You gotta demonize them. You gotta make it seem like they're insane for being honest and just telling the truth of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? because it's the only way for you to try to guide people back into the plantation. But the cat is out of the bag. It's over. You know what I'm saying? There are literally 3 factions of men happening right now. You got the passport bros. These guys are traveling overseas, sharing their videos. You know what I'm saying? They plan to move overseas for family. And they're going overseas too. Yes, for sexual access, right? They're going overseas for sexual access. Yes. I mean, isn't this the same country that has, you know, studies been out there that over 40% of men domestically have not had intercourse or sexual relations? Over 40%. So how are you upset that men have to go overseas to have their sexual needs met? Oh, I know why. You're upset they're going overseas because they were supposed to just wallow in their sorrow and eventually wait for some chick who's used up, mentally ill, STDs, single mother, multiple kids, whatever, you know, obese. That's what these men were supposed to accept. You know what I mean? They were supposed to be like the 40-year-old virgin. You know what I'm saying? A good working man who saved himself for a single mom who was over 40, who already had 2 grown kids. That's what they want. But now with these passport bros going overseas who say, you know what, man, your sexual needs are not being met because it's not the issue. You're in a nation that's the issue. So leave to go get your sexual needs met. You know what I'm saying? That's the passport bros. Then you have, of course, the black pillars. The black pillars literally breaking down everything happening domestically, breaking down everything, pointing out everything and how every role that's being played, you know, the system, you know, the fact that, you know, you can't come together, men. Men, you can't come together and change nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't change nothing when it comes to, you know, men and women. You know what I'm saying? You can only change things, men, based on finance. You can't change the relationship between men and women. You can't change that. Because guess what? The black pillars know this. Women are the majority voters. You know what I'm saying? They're the majority voters. Things will change when women want it to change. You know what I'm saying? The MRA failed. Men's rights activists failed. The red pillars failed. You know, purple pilled failed. You know, all the men that want to change the system, that can't accept it for what it is, they failed. And the black pill education is basically educating most and a lot of men. It's making men gray pilled. It's affecting a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men are not seeking out the delusion of attempting to save and change the system. Men are just accepting it. Accepting it for what it is. These are the laws. These are the rules and the regulations, and I'll move accordingly. Men are accepting the law and moving on with their lives. You know what I'm saying? That's the black pill. And the black pill, unlike the red pill, where the red pill is mostly about men complaining and bitching, you know what I'm saying? Pretending, seeking out a false narrative of manhood that has been long gone. The black pill is just telling it like it is. Here's the rules and regulations of society. In fact, here's a black pill right now. I'm going to drop a black pill. I've dropped this multiple times, but let me drop it. Guess what? The laws here, the marital laws in America are designed to benefit people overseas. How you like that? They're designed to benefit people overseas. If you have a high divorce rate in America, that means when America wants to get more married people, they make it easier for foreigners to come here that are married, especially from, as Trump said, a non-shithole country. People that can basically assimilate here ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So the divorce rate in America is designed to make it more attractive for people overseas that want to come here that are already married, because now it's a benefit for them to come here when they're married, because they can add to the married total of Americans. You know what I'm saying? So it's a global agenda, the marital rate, especially with how many people want to invest in American real estate. Come on, man. This is the black pill. I broke this shit down. Super logic. Logic, no emotions needed, all logistic. And what else? What else? Yeah, and then the faction that's growing, the Casper pillars are growing, the ghost pillars, they're coming. Men that have learned that they're gonna need to ghost domestically. They're gonna have to ghost all domestically. You know what I'm saying? No attachments, zero attachments domestically. Because now the men that know that to have a family, they got to go overseas. To enjoy themselves, they got to go overseas. To expand their legacy, their seed, have children, they got to go overseas. So what you think they're going to do? They're going to basically be ghost domestically. They're going to ghost everything. And and this rise of men is growing. The rise of the Casper pillars, the rise of men ghosting 24/7, full-time ghost. The rise of full-time ghosts are happening. Men that have realized, yeah, there's nothing here for me besides my job, besides my career. I make my money here and nothing else. You know what I mean? I won't have a family. What you think happens to a man that accepts he can't have a family domestically? You know what I'm saying? He can't have a family and continue his bloodline. What you think's gonna happen? He's gonna basically start ghosting. Full time, just roam around like a ghost, no long-term relationships, nothing. These are the three factions of men. You know what I'm saying? You got the passport bros that'll eventually go mainstream. They're already high on TikTok. It's only a matter of time before CNN and all of them cover them. It's only a matter of time before New York Times covers them. But they're holding off on it because they're scared. They don't want to let this one loose. They don't want to let it loose that when you travel overseas, it shouldn't just be for a vacation. It should be to start a family. They don't want that to happen. The ramifications of the passport bros going mainstream, it will do damage on everything. We're talking Valentine's Day. We're talking every holiday you could think of that needs a man here to spend money. The damage. You know what I mean? The damage you'll do, So once that happens, so you got three factions of men that will just constantly spread. You got the passport bros thing, the black pillars. The black pillars are literally, you know what I'm saying? They're gray pilling a lot of guys. A lot of guys are being exposed to the black pill and they can't return to the red pill. They can't return to that way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Once exposed to black pill, they now are aware of what their height is doing to them, their height, their appearance. They're now aware of so much truth that they can't go back to the red pill. So but they can't stay on the black pill. So they go gray. You know what I'm saying? They become gray pillars and still pursue domestic ideals and family and all that, but they try to position themselves based on the black pill. Then you got, like I said, the Casper pill. Guys ghosting, full-time ghosting. And next year I'm gonna have something huge, a big announcement coming, man, as I start doing more Casper pill content. Big announcement coming, man. And this announcement, like I've done so many times in the manosphere, so many times I've affected this space. You know what I'm saying? Literally, the effect I've had, the way people talk, the way people communicate. I'm about to drop something that will change everything. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna change everything. It's gonna push the narrative again. Because like I've been telling people, the black pill is forever evolving. Black pill 3.0. 3.0 is where we're at. You know what I'm saying? And it's forever evolving. And what I'm about to do next will literally change this entire community. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna change everything. You know what I'm saying? Because the Casper pill, it's gonna become it's becoming its own thing anyway. But it's gonna expand to the point where, you know, it's gonna change everything. Because to me, what's happening is, I said the black pill is growing, but what's happened is, because of the realization of the passport bros, because of this, it's gonna decrease the amount of men focusing on the black pill. It's gonna decrease that. And it's gonna lead to more men, in my honest opinion, focus on ghosting society. So the black pill is gonna actually shrink. You're gonna have less black pillars than ever. You know, it's gonna decrease. I'll cover it more later. But like I said, man, 2023, a lot is coming. Big changes. Because to me, 2023, the biggest factions in the manosphere, biggest factions of all, and I'll name it based on importance. You know, you're gonna have the passport bros just dominate. They're gonna be dominating this space. They're already doing it. Yeah, you got some bad actors. You always have bad actors. And then you're gonna have, I'd say the Casper pill will eventually be number 2. It's gonna be about men talking about ghosting. You know, how they ghost, how successful they can be at ghosting. Then you're gonna have the black pill, you know, because what's happening is you're gonna have less of a reason to be black pilled, far less of a reason. You know, domestically, you're not really gonna care about what's going on here domestically. You know, you're gonna be, man, okay, I get it. I'll just ghost here. I'll just ghost domestically, enjoy my life, and go overseas when I'm ready to, when I want to have some fun, or when I want to expand and, you know, settle down, I'll go overseas. So what's the point of being black pilled then? You know, what's going to be the point of looking at things domestically when you no longer even value domestics? Once a man no longer values the domestic location on a personal level, it's done. It's over. That's what's happening. Men are no longer having interest in domestic value. The domestic value is, you know, diminishing. It's decreasing to the point of no return. You know what I'm saying? That means sexual inflation. None of this matters. The dating market, hookup culture, none of this matters when a man gives up domestics. When a man abandons his domestic setting, he no longer gives a damn. None of the issues matter. You know, when it comes to a personal level, it no longer does. So a lot of things are changing, a lot. But, you know, this has been Hold the Truth Hostage. You know, just had to send a message out there, man. Send the message to the gray pillars, man. You know, but, you know, we're growing. Things are changing, man. The damage Conan-19 has had is irreversible. Men are not returning to the traditional roles. The traditional roles are basically dead. They're dead. In the eyes of men, they are dying, you know. And the thing is, more and more men are gonna stop caring, you know. Because the thing about this, a nation's biggest value is basically how much a man is willing to invest his personal life in that nation in the long term. You know what I'm saying? That's where the domestic value comes in. So more and more men are giving up on domestics. And when these men completely walk away and give, you know, end their support for domestic value, there's no return. There's no return. You know, you're not going to be able to shame these men back. You're not going to be able to shame these men back. Shame no longer affects men at all. It's happening. If men are involved in these 3 factions, they're involved in these 3 philosophical factions, the passport bros, the black pillars, and, you know, the Casper pillars, you know, that is growing. Men going full-time ghost is growing. These 3 factions of men are becoming absolutely, you know what I'm saying? They're becoming completely, these men are becoming completely unshameable. You know what I'm saying? Shame no longer works. You could do your exposed videos. You could do whatever you want. It doesn't mean nothing because your perspective is coming from someone that is domestic. A domestic, you know what I'm saying? Why would I'll give you an example. Why would a lion in the wild give a damn about what a lion in a zoo has to think about it? The lion in a zoo has far more bigger things to worry about and far more things to do with their freedom. You know what I mean? A lion in a zoo, he's caged, he's domesticated. You know what I'm saying? People decide when he eats, how far he can walk, his distance and all that. That lion's a slave. You know what I'm saying? He's a zoo animal. You know, but the lions that are free in the wilderness and the wild, hey man, that's what's happening. And to me, man, there's so many things happening. You know, it's over, man. It's over. You know, we're in the overage. Men are over shame. Men are over traditions. They're over domestic validation. They're over it. Men are over it, man. And you could shame men all you want. You can call black pillars doomers. You could call passport bros negative things, whatever you want. You could tell men that are ghosting they're cowards. You could say whatever you want. Men are over it, man. Men are over it. That you're not gonna gain anything. You only got things to lose here. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to shame men, they listen. They listen to all the bullshit you're saying and say, damn, look at this person. I'm so glad I'm a passport bro. I don't got to deal with these fuckers. I'm so glad I'm black pilled. I don't got to deal with these fuckers. I'm so glad I'm a Casper pillar and ghosting everything. I don't got to deal with these fuckers. Shame isn't working. You know, you got the men shaming other men now. All the red pillars are shaming the passport bros. They've been shaming black pillars because they're losing money. The red pill is a domestic pill. It's domesticated. You know what I'm saying? It's domesticated. You even got a guy like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, who lives in Romania, trying to profit off the guys domestically. You know what I'm saying? You know, he would be what I call a silver pill or whatever. But you got guys like Andrew Tate, man. Andrew Tate, who lives in Romania, you know, where men are completely different. The laws are completely different. And Andrew Tate is grifting the men here in America, telling them crap that makes no sense. You know, Andrew Tate literally said, men all over the world are not being respected. Their testosterone is low. Testosterone is low. They're not alpha males. This is the same Andrew Tate who lives in Romania. How can you claim the world is this way when you're in Romania and you don't got to face these issues? Because Andrew Tate is trying to appeal to the red pill domesticated slave of a man and trying to profit off of him. It's true. Even guys overseas see the hustle, man. See the way to grift these domesticated men that are choosing to be slaves. You know what I'm saying? Shit is funny, man. Shit is hilarious. You know? But hey, man, welcome, man. Welcome to the new, welcome. This is what's going on. And what they don't get is men are over it. It's over. Men are over it, man. You're not gonna get guys back. You could shame them. You could call them doomers. You could call them losers. You can do whatever you want to. It's too late. You're over 10 years too late. You know? It's too late, man. You're not gonna win anything. You know? You're not gonna win anything at all. You know, men are over it. Men are over it. They're not coming back. You know, that's their worst fear. Their worst fear, these people trying to grift off domestics, their worst fear is men have completely abandoned it. You got guys like Better Bachelor telling guys to get a vasectomy. Get a vasectomy. You know, sacrifice your manhood, you know, on behalf of domestics. This is how insane this shit is. You know what I'm saying? Men are over it, man. Men don't care no more. Men are over it. That's a new thing. That's a new word. Put that word in your dictionary. Men are over it. Men are over it, dude. Men are over all the domestic crap. It's over. Men are over it. Ooh, it's a good saying. Men are over it. Men are over it. Men are over it. Let me put the blues. Let me put the Neil Armstrong. Men are over it. Men are over it. Somewhere over the horizon, there's a man who's over it. You may try to shame this man, but he is over it. You may try to shame this man, but he is over it. You may press this man on traditional love. Men are over it. You may say this man is a man-child. Men are over it. You may say to this man, shake your face on the camera on a stream. Men are over it. You may ask this man how many women he sleeps with. Men are over it. You may ask this man, why isn't he married at 35 or 40? Men are over it. You may tell this man, share some receipts. Men are over it. Somewhere over the horizon, men are over it. Tell him, cat. Huh? You don't want to tell him? Yeah, so, to me, man, men are over it, dude. Men are over it. You know, you could try to shame them. You could do whatever you want. Men are over it, man. And it don't even matter. Shame. Men are over it. Put my Louis Armstrong? It had to be. Yeah, you know, so, stuff is funny, man. But like I said, man, men are over it, man. Men are over it. You know, that's actually good. That's gonna be the it's gonna be the new word from now on, man. Men are over it. That's most likely what I'm gonna be titling this video. Men are over it. Breaking news today. Breaking news. Men are over it. Men are over being shamed. Men are over being disrespected. They're over it. By golly, this will have ramifications. Men are over it. Oh man, it's that Louis Armstrong. Men are over it. Yeah. You're watching this video. This is Hold the Truth Hostage. Where if the truth was so important, we would never negotiate with lies. Men are over it.
How long will it before Hold the Truth says hands up, don't shoot. Just saying.
Oh,
I,
God.
I do honestly
Oh,
think
man.
So important, guys. So important. By the way, women are the majority of voters in the United States. Like that.
Pill ill, y'all niggas better listen. I'm black 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 pill, I'm ill with this will. 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 They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of display.
Female content creators help the manosphere be balanced and prevent the formation of cults. She has agreed to an alliance with me and other balanced content creators who call out the bullshit and hypocrisies. I look forward to see the cat.
How long will it before Hold the Truth says hands up, don't shoot? Just saying.
Oh,
I
God.
do honestly think